and I'll start the meeting then. Okay, well, thank you all for coming. The first item on the agenda is election of Vice Chair. In the absence of the Chair, Councillor Linda James. So can I take any nominations for Vice Chair, please? Councillor Bento.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Wendy Lewis, please.
Okay, anyone to second that, please?
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Any other nominations? No? All those in favour of Councillor Wendy Lewis to be Vice Chair? Yeah, that's unanimous. Thank you very much. Councillor Lewis, you're in the chair. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Democratic Services Committee. Before we start the meeting, I would like to send, on behalf of the committee, our condolences to Linda James, the chair, on the passing of her daughter Helen. So please, could you stand for a moment's silence? Thank you, everyone. Agenda item 2, apologies for absence. Any apologies who? Anybody got apologies?
Yeah, Chair, apologies from Councillor Linda James, obviously, and Councillor Matthew Jones as well.
Thank you. Agenda item 3, disclosures of personal and prejudicial interest. No one. Agenda item 4, to approve and sign the minutes of the previous meeting as a correct record. Anybody approve? Have you all read them? Anybody approve them, please?
I approve them.
Okay, thank you. In a second. And as patience, second. Agenda item 5, what is the democratic service function for information? Right, over to who?
Thank you very much. I thought there's some new members on the committee, so I thought I just put in front of you the legislative reasoning why there is a Democratic Services Committee. It stemmed from the local government Wales Measure 2011. Nothing to add to it, but it just sets out what we're all about, so that if you think of anything you want to be discussing, as long as it falls within this framework, we can certainly discuss it as a committee, but nothing to add, and it's a for information report, just to sort of help.
Thank you, Hugh. Agenda item 6, Democratic Services Committee Annual Report 2022 to 2023. Over to Hugh.
Hi, thank you again. This just, we always do it every year. We set out an annual report which we take to council for information, just set out what the work of the committee has been over the year. You will note that it was quite a quiet year, and these things happen for numerous reasons. But if I take you through the report, page 11 of the agenda pack just sets out a forward by Councillor Linda James, setting out just some brief things. Page 12 sets out the members of the committee during 2022-2023, and then we've got the only 2 meetings we had that year. We look to have 2 to 3 a year. That seems to be about right, but obviously in a year before a local government election we do have more, because there's far more to discuss when we're talking about training and the induction process. Paragraph 4 sets out the terms of reference, and then 5 sets out what work we did as a committee, and the final issue I'd like to raise there is the time of council meeting survey, which you all helped shape, which council then approved, which then set us the council diary, which council approved, which is currently in place. To touch on member development and who the officers are within the area, I've got nothing to add to the report, but any questions or comments, and if you're happy, we can pass it on to council for information, but any questions I will take.
Has anybody got questions for Hugh? No? Thank you. Agenda item 7, review of guidance for attending remote meetings. Over to Hugh again.
Okay, thank you. This is probably the main item on the agenda, if I'm honest, and one that I'm hoping to get some feedback from. Remote meetings are the norm now. A lot of people come to them. Well, looking at you, we have one councillor in the room and everyone else is remote. It clearly is working. It helps people to, it saves time. It can be quite beneficial to a number of people. So what we've got is a guidance note aiming to ensure that we don't do anything wrong, reminding councillors to keep their cameras on, that's a legal requirement, turn their microphone off, dress appropriately for committees, things like that. So we've put together a simple document, only a single page, on page 20, setting out what you should do prior to a meeting, what you should do shortly before the meeting, advisors to join early, etc. We talk about exempt and confidential papers, what to do at the meeting, and I'm glad no one's eating there, and which is good. So you've all read the report and you're abiding by it, which is great. How to notify the chair to speak, etc. But what I'm looking for, is there anything in this guidance that you feel needs to be amended? Is there anything not in the guidance that we need to be adding, and any clarity? What habits have you seen, good or bad, that I need to be covering in the guidance note? That's what I'm looking for today.
Any questions for Hugh on that? Have you got any ideas or anything?
What about sometimes here when, oh sorry, Maya, you got your hand up.
No, you go ahead, go on, you started.
Sometimes in the council meetings, you're allowed a certain amount of time to talk, and sometimes it goes over that. Is something we could address, or something that
Yeah, that's a good point, but what you have there, the Constitution does set out the length of time allowed for a councillor or an officer to speak. However, that's always overridden by the chair has the discretion at the meeting. So it's nothing I can pick up on. If the chair wants it to be longer, they're entitled to allow it. And yeah, that's the simple answer there. It's a chair's discretion.
Okay, thanks, Archie.
Thank you, Kevin. Mair?
Who? What it is, I'm wondering about all these guidance notes and everything. Nothing have ever been sent to me. As you know, I'm a new ward councillor. I'm really confused with some of these meetings because I really don't know where I got to download. I really don't know what I'm doing half the time. I know we are going to arrange for a meeting with me, but at the moment, I didn't even know I was on this committee.
Okay, well, first of all, it was your group would have put you on the committee, so but it was a decision by council. So at the last council meeting, or in the May council meeting, you'd have looked in the report, you'd have seen your name being added. Your group would have told you that, or should have told you that, I should say. Not saying they did tell you, but they should have told you that. But also the duty's on you to read the reports, to check with your name what your membership is. There's little I can do on that, really. But I'm more than willing to have a session with you. I'm about to go and leave. When I come back, more than willing to have a session with you, Maya, and we go through some things to try and help you to bed in as a councillor, because it is new. It's a lot to take on, and people on this call, they've got quite a few years between them now. But more than happy to spend some time with you, and obviously feel free to phone me or my team at any time. They're more than willing to support, and I'm sure all the councillors would agree that the support has been there if when asked.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, the support is always there from the Dem team, and also just ask one of us. Just ask one of us if you're not sure, and then you'd have to go to the Democratic Services team. But I'm sure you'll get there one day. It is hard, but you will do it.
Thank you.
Kevin?
Yes, my agenda pack only goes up to page 18.
I can't explain that. It should go to page 29. So I don't know why you've only got because I've just downloaded from the agenda pack that was sent out. So
Yeah, I just opened it again now and it's only gone up to 18.
anybody else having the same problem? No. I'm guessing that's something on your side, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want me to send one to you now?
If you could, please, I can see what's on there then.
Yeah, we'll do it immediately.
I can't ask questions about something I can't see. So when I had the pack, I thought it was obviously only up to 18 anyway. So
Councillor Bento, I can see you got your hand up there.
Yes, my problem is I'm unable to access the agenda pack via the intranet website. For some reason, it's not opening for me. So I don't know if it's possible to send us an agenda pack, separate from us having to access it on the intranet website, or if I have to contact IT services.
Right, I'm not really understanding why you can't access it to start with. What device are you? Your own device? Are you utilising? Is your device Windows compatible? Let's start with that simple question.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Are all the updates done on it?
Yes.
You probably are best going via Office 365 to try it. But I'm more than happy if you want to try and speak to me offline or one of my team this week, and we can try and help you.
Okay.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. Again, it seems to be a device issue on you. Sorry, I would strongly suggest you utilize the modern.gov app as well. Really helpful, and it does automatic downloads to your phone or to whatever device you're using. Modern.gov. Have a look at that app, and it's very helpful. You can set things to automatically download. Say whatever committees you're on, it'll download in the background for you. So a lot of people do favour that as an approach, and perhaps I should do an email, or perhaps I'll do a report to the next meeting, Dem Services, to outline some of the benefits of that system.
Thanks, Hugh.
Thank you, Hugh. I use the app, and it is absolutely fantastic because you don't have to do anything. It's there. It comes up on there. You have an agenda front sheet, so you just got the agenda, and you have the agenda above it. So it's so easy to use. I find it amazing. It's on all my what you call them? Devices. I couldn't think of the word then. Devices. So you could try that on your phone, because it never used to work that on the phone. There's a new version of it now, so it works very well. We're on agenda item 9. Oh no, agenda item 8, sorry, Councillor's annual report. Over to you, Hugh.
Sorry, Kevin, I have sent you that email just a minute or so back, so hopefully you've had it now. And then we'll go towards item 8, you're saying, yeah?
sorry, you just had it, but just scanning it for a minute.
All right, sorry. Okay. Item 8 is the Councillor's annual report. Let me just explain this. Going back again to the local government Wales Measure 2011, that was a big bit of legislation back in the day about democratic services things. It put a provision in place to allow councillors to create their own annual report for the public in their area to see what work you're doing. It's a voluntary thing. It's up to you. But personally, I think it's an excellent tool for you to explain to people what you are doing of what you did over the last year. So now is a good time to be writing that 1 year. So we're talking May 2022 through to the end of April 23, and that you can set out what you've done. You are limited in law to 2 sides of an A4 sheet. The template is attached, as is the statutory guidance for it. And if you want to do anything on that, please fill it in and submit it to us. We've got to get it translated and go online. But it's a good thing to do. And of course, when there's next an election, you are able to look back and see what you have done, and it's helpful to you to do your election literature as well. So please think about that. But one point I would make is if you just jot down once a month what work you're doing, it may help. I can see the camera seems to have gone a bit astray here, is it?
Okay, if you just press your microphone, it'll reset it.
Yeah, that's what I've just done now. It hasn't, but hey-ho. So we've lost camera at the moment now, but it's I apologize for that. Let me just try that. No, we have lost cameras in here. No idea why, but we'll carry on. Any questions on that, or can I explain anything further about the annual report for councillors?
No, I got something. Can this form be sent out to us in digital form so we've got it?
Yeah, of course.
So if you could do that to all councillors, that would be great. Gone are the pen and paper, which I love, but we have to do it online nowadays. Are we back on screen now?
No,
Are we not?
Ceiling only.
Oh, that's all right. It's because I'm here, it is in the chair, and it doesn't like me for some reason. So if you could do that here, that'd be great. Agenda item 9 is the work plan for 23-24. Over to you again.
Okay. Always looking for new ideas, new suggestions that you want discussed. I said I will look to bring a report on the modern.gov app. I think that'd be a useful demonstration to give you. I'm keen to try and find something that we want to discuss, because it feels a little bit one-sided today. So if I can get some sort of dialogue. So if you can think of anything you're interested or you would like us to be discussing in this meeting, please let us know today or in the coming weeks. Other than that, I've got nothing to add, but as I say, modern.gov software I'll be bringing about to do a talk on next. But other than that, take any questions you may have or suggestions.
Any suggestions or questions for who? Try and think of things, because we're a small committee now, and I think we all need to get our thinking caps on, especially the new councillors, or like not even brand new last year. There might be something you would want to discuss in this meeting if it's allowed. Not everything will be allowed, but you can try it with who. So it would be if you've got any ideas. Patience?
Yes, thank you, Chair. You know the marketplace that we had, I remember we had that shortly after the election last year in May, with the council staff from different departments where we could go around and speak to them. I was wondering if this was something that we could have at least twice a year, just so that, it gives us more opportunity to be able to meet, the different departments and talk to them. But also, I think it will be beneficial to the councillors, newly elected councillors through by-elections.
Yeah, it's something I can't commit to, obviously, because that's above my pay grade, but I can certainly feed that back to the chief exec and to the leader. I'm not sure if they'd go with twice a year, but I could certainly try and push for once a year. That might be a little bit more achievable, because as you can imagine, the last time we did this event is we always do it after an election. It takes all morning, and to tie up that number of officers just to hang around for a morning is a lot of downtime. But of course, it's beneficial. I take your point, it is beneficial. Perhaps there's different ways of doing it. Perhaps I'll raise the point about doing the marketplace, but I'm wondering also, perhaps I could look to get a section, just turn up before a council meeting, say an hour before, and just loiter in front of the foyer so that there's a chance to do it on a monthly basis with different sections. That might be a bit more achievable. I'm open to ideas, but if you're willing for me to look at that sort of flexibility, it may help.
That's what I was going to suggest you, Hugh, something like that. Not, I don't think it's every month, probably, maybe. Is it
Well,
every month be appropriate?
I will look into it. I think it's a good idea, and because I always find councillors really, and not only councillors, officers as well, do like putting a name to a face.
Yeah.
It really does help, and the ability to pick up a phone when you know who you're talking to is so much nicer than speaking blind to somebody. Even though it's on Teams, it's just face to face does bring about better interaction on occasion.
Adam, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, it was to suggest something similar to what Hugh just suggested. We've got a brilliant space outside the council chamber. We're all there once a month. Even if it's just a couple of officers from any given department just doing a little drop in for councillors, I think that would go a long way.
Yeah, agree. Kevin?
Hi, Wendy, thank you. Perhaps you can send them a list of all the managers and perhaps a face of them so that they can contact them if they need to. We've had them in the past, but perhaps the new councillors haven't.
Every councillor has had that. It was included in their packs following May, and that gets sent out annually in May. So that has been circulated. I can look to get it recirculated if people have lost it or what have you.
Perhaps they haven't realised or whatever, isn't it?
But I can look to recirculate that. That's not a problem.
Thank you. Mair?
I haven't had one of those packs, Who? Is it because I only came in May?
No, I did send it to you, but I'll resend it. Not a problem at all. I can give you
Because
that.
I can't find it anywhere. I have been looking for it on the phone, and Terry couldn't find it on my phone either.
Yeah, don't worry. I will get it resent to you. That's not a problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
All right, don't worry.
Have we got any more questions or anybody wants something to say about anything? Quite a short meeting then, isn't it? Disturbing you in your nice front rooms.
With the sun is shining.
Not.
I was in a climate change meeting.
Oh,
I come out of one to come into the other.
well, it must have been sunny in there then.
It was.
Okay, the next meeting is Monday the 13th at 4 p.m. If any of you can get here to keep me company, because I'll always be here. So it would be nice to see some faces in the room, if you could.
4 p.m. is it? Right.
4 p.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's the meeting closed then. Thank you very much for attending. See you soon.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you, Chair. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye all.